Welcome! Here's what happened in the last video. First we vacated our bedroom to create space for our son's room and started making it a bit more child-friendly by applying a wallpaper. After that, I built him a bed for his daytime naps. A very low one to be precise, so he doesn't fall out. He's a baby after all. Lastly, I built him a climbing wall or Swedish wall, which he isn't able to use quite yet, but I guess soon. This concluded the first wall and part of the room. Now that we're up to speed, it's time for today's video and finishing up the room. So here's the plan. We are in desperate need for some storage solution to stow away all of the toys, and my wife found these storage bins at IKEA, which are perfect for what we have in mind and hold a lot of stuff. But here's the problem. These are supposed to slide out of a sideboard, but if you look up the reviews for the corresponding furniture pieces at IKEA, you realize very quickly that this won't cut it. The sideboard has to withstand the pure force of a little boy after all, which in my mind is like the equivalent of 2 full-sized bulldozers. So, of course, I decided to build it myself. That's more fun anyway. It also gives me the opportunity to use a tool that I haven't used in ages. I bought this router a few years ago in a very convincing sale and used it only a couple of times. I'm not quite sure why. I guess that's just how it happens sometimes. But I do like it, so you will probably see me use it more in the future. So, alright, building a cupboard for some toy storage. All in all, a nice little project that shouldn't take too long, right? Well... Alright, so, it's been a few weeks since I was able to work on this project because, well, my son brought home some form of super mutant super flu from the open preschool which knocked out our whole family for weeks. Also, I hurt my finger chopping wood, which happened like this. And it's gotten really cold outside and I want to finish this project before the new year, so let's go. Here I am cutting thin strips of plywood which I will use as a railing system for the storage bins, after I drill all the pilot holes and sand them properly, of course. Alright, so now that everything is done at once, I can apply one coat of linseed oil, but first I gotta figure out how I protect this stupid splint so it doesn't get oily. I think I'm just gonna put a glove and tape it up with some gaffer tape. That's why not. That should work, I guess. Okay. Why not? So I'm gonna sand it again tomorrow after I applied the first coat and it all dried out. So I guess see you then. Apparently, it was too early for me to plug the microphone into the camera, so I have some music instead. The sound will return shortly. After marking and measuring, it's time to screw in each rail. For each bin, there's a top and bottom rail, the top rail being shorter so you can pull out the storage bin without it tipping over. Here I am trying to figure out how to make everything more sturdy. I end up cutting triangle shapes for each corner, making the whole sideboard more sturdy lengthwise and also doubling up as a surface I can drill through to fasten the sideboard to the wall. But of course I didn't think about that before applying the railing system, so I have to cut that up a bit. Oh well. Now it's finally time to assemble the whole thing and hope that everything fits. The attentive viewer has surely noticed that the first partition is the wrong way around. Well, it took me a while to notice, after everything was assembled in fact, but we got there in the end. So, after I assembled everything, I round over the corners with the router and gave everything one last sanding, but I totally forgot to film it. So now it's time for the last finish with oil, and then we're done. Alright, so we finished, and it's currently 4 p.m. on the 31st of December, so technically finished this year. So it has to dry, of course, and I have to put everything up in the room, but hey. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Of course, to finish up the room we need a bit more than just a sideboard, so I'm putting up some shelving for books and toys and also refreshed the changing station. If you want to know how I made this cloud and hot air balloon lamp in the first place, you can find a whole video about it right here. So here we have it, a room that will hopefully bring a few years of joy and solitude to our son. I hope it provides equal amounts of rest and excitement for this little guy. Lots of happy and good memories and a good start into his toddlerness, if that's a word. If not, it should be. I hope you all had a great start to the new year and enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps a lot. Thank you.